Thought I'd come out and record a little video on my last day home before I head back to work. And before it starts raining too hard. It's starting to rain right now. So anyway, this is our stuff that still needs to be planted and repotted, and just don't seem to be enough hours in the day, and it's so hot right now. Here's a patch of turmeric and taro that I planted earlier this year. Actually, I planted turmeric on the front here a month ago. Well, that big patch of turmeric there, she had it in a little pot, so I took it out, broke some off, and planted them in the front, and then left the maiden clump back there. And then here's our little well, not very many, because these next flowers don't look like they have any fruit on them. We will see. So anyway, we're talking about tiny and not many, but we'll see if we get something out of it. There's my beautiful wife picking her figgies. Here's her volunteer loofah vine. Here we've got some carrots that she wants to let go to seed. A little bit of basil, some peppers. Let's walk on down and see what else we got. The Mexican guava. That one's a little bit more than 3 years old. We may be killing it by leaving it out here, but I want to see if it can survive the winter. Might be way too exposed here. We shall see. Back to the jicama. This is one vine. Look at all those. Anybody need any jicama seeds? And she collected all those seeds last year, and I don't think she even planted any this year. She likes to collect and grow and not do anything with the stuff. There's the amaranth we planted. Jean said it doesn't taste to her liking. And I cooked some the other night, but I mixed it up with a bunch of other stuff, so I didn't even notice it. So I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it's kind of pretty. A few more peppers, some more turmeric. This used to be a Meyer lemon, but the top died, and that's the rootstock growing up. Jean's sweet potato patch. Our little scuppernong or muscadine, whichever it is. Got a little jicama, and, or not jicama, what you call it, moringa in the corner here. Look at all the flowers on her pomegranates. It's not just flowers, it's got lots of fruit also. And then we got another small patch of turmeric, more sweet peppers. Oh, and that's that other half a doghouse I was talking about. She just couple sweet potato in there and let some grow and cut some for the greens. Now let's go out to the trail because it's starting to rain pretty good. We had to do some tree thinning and some limb trimming and whatnot. And Jean she's crazy about piling stuff up and burning it if I'm not here, so I cut all this up and we brought it down here and piled it like that. And we'll just keep covering it up with junk, and over the years it'll rot down and we'll have us another hill to add to our trail. As I said before, that fence is temporary around those trees. I'll take that down and then we'll be able to walk through here, up the trail, and who knows what all is going to happen in the future. That's Jean's row of pomegranates that she planted this month. All the pomegranates she has here, she started from seed, from one pomegranate that she ate a few years back. So anyway, this is what our trail will be like so far. Just come walking down the trail, and you get that way between the pomegranates. It's a volunteer loofah here. But anyway, the fence will be gone. Be able to walk through here. I was originally going to just leave the fruit trees on the right and use the left for vegetables, and the fruit trees could give them evening shade. But now I think I might go ahead and plant that with trees also. We will see. And then just plant the vegetables at the base of the trees. Might be good. So anyway, let's walk around the fence and play like we're walking the trail. So you can just take a little morning walk or evening walk down this trail. Have snacks as you go along. You got your figs, got your mulberries, got your turmeric, got your lemongrass, got your loquats, and who knows what all else we may plant in here in the future. And of course we'll have flowers and veggies and whatnot growing under them. Like here we have a little patch of horseradish here, right by this pretty little loquat. Look at that, isn't that cute? And as you can see, the deer still come in here even with the fence and the little rope. We left these squashed to the worms because the worms kind of took over. It's a bigger patch of horseradish. And these are the white-tailed deer snack. They'll come in every few days, trim them back, and then they'll grow back, and then they'll come back and trim them back again. So anyway, let's continue on our trail. Of course, this rope will not be in the way in the future. Got some more. These are volunteers. I didn't plant any gourds this year. Never did anything with the ones I had last year. Some volunteer pepper plants out here. I planted 5 of these Kentucky coffee trees out here, and that's the 2 that survived so far. They're not looking the greatest. Patch of taro. Looks quite happy there. With my 3 cypress trees in front. And here we have our long beans. We just let these go because there's only Jean and I, and she's the only one who's home most of the time. And she's eating beans until they're coming out her ears, and has a bunch of them in the freezer. And anyway, so we'll just let these all go to seed, looks like. Yeah, maybe she can harvest them for the dry bean. That might be something for her to do. But isn't that cool? Like walking through a bunch of snakes. Look at them all over. Look at the size of these things. Oh yeah, she can get some nice beans out of there. They say yard-long beans. That's probably how long that is. Nah, it's a good 2.5 foot though, so close. The poor little grapevine. Yeah, he's still in there. The grapevine's fighting to survive in with the beans. The beans are trying to choke him out, but he's still working his way through there. And here's that little kumquat. When I planted it, we thought it had died. The whole top died back, but then it came back. And look at it now. So we're actually going to have one survive on us. Every time I plant citrus out here, it dies and doesn't come back. So looks like kumquats are all right. It's my gourd snail. Jean painted him up pretty for me. A little Thai basil. I'm not sure what kind of pepper plant that is. Let's see what we got under here. Oh yeah, some kind of chili. Looks like a good one. We haven't harvested anything out of the garden in a few days. Quite a few days actually. So everything's way overripe, beyond eating. Look at the size of this okra. But the fire ants discovered all this okra, so I don't know what it is, and maybe they like the slime inside of it. I'm not sure, but they took over this patch for sure. And we don't want to put any poison down on the ground around our plants, so letting them have them. Now these guys, these are pretty good if you harvest them before they get this big, but these are good okra. They're short and fat, but quite tasty. Like that one, that's delicious. I will let these get a few for seed. And all my wildflowers are drying up. It's about the end of the season for them, I reckon. We got my 3 Pindo palms, a little bit more taro. that cute. The mulberries are outperforming the bananas, if you can believe that. Of course, we're not watering anything down here. This is all fending for itself. So, as you know, bananas like lots of water. So over here where the mulberries are really thick, so I'm guessing that the mulberries are stealing all the moisture and nutrition from the bananas, because on the other hill, that banana's growing fine. I thought I was going to actually get a squash off of this, but guess not. So anywho, now we're looking at the trail from the other end. It's not exactly a trail yet, but someday it will be. Won't take long with mulberries. Anyway, that's our place. And of course, we've got scattered trees out throughout the place. Well, tomorrow's back to work for me. Enjoyed my 11-day vacation, but I wish it was 11-2 days and not 11. What is 11-2? That's a 1 and a 2. 11-2. Yeah, 112. That'd be more better. All right, people. I'm depressed because I got to go back to work tomorrow. So live life to its fullest.